I'm back again with another video with the Acura NSX. Now I'm going to be installing these LED headlights, and it's a long time coming. Factory, these guys come with a halogen bulb, both in the high beam and low beam. But if you come on here, I'll show you guys how they look like. Woo, pop-up headlights. So the previous owner did have HIDs in it, and you can hear the ballast running. Let me show you guys the high beam. The high beams are actually really bright. Now they're both projectors, so I'm hoping that these LED headlights still have really good cutoffs. Now the stock or the aftermarket HIDs are nice, but I really don't like the sound of the ballast that it makes and the warm-up time that it takes to, you know, when you first turn on your headlights, it takes a while to ramp up. Now, I don't know what brand these HIDs are, but let me just say, I'll show you guys how it looks like, and later on, and the installation isn't very good. That's why I want to change them out for a more simple setup, no ballast needed. So these are the LED headlights from RC Shine. Let me show you guys what's inside the box. So this kit actually comes with the high beams and low beams. We got the operating manual. We have, for the Acura NSX, the high beams are, I believe, 9006, and the low beams are 9005. So I'll be able to plug and play it, and it should be pretty simple. Let's see the product. So you can see the product, you have the LED. So the diode is nice and yellow, and it is on a little bit on the chunkier side, which I was hoping it'd be a little bit thinner, but you can see the little copper heat sink right there, and then you have the fan. Hopefully the fan's not too loud, but we'll see. Maybe it has a fan because it's really bright, and I'll show you guys how to change out the headlights. You want to pop the hood and open this bad boy up. Now you can do it without removing the covers, but it's a lot of work. I'd rather remove the covers. You can kind of see the HID ballast kit. The ballast is right here. The wires are kind of, it looks pretty ugly because the colors are red and blue, and it's really obvious. Now if I do an LED bulb, I can remove all this extra shenanigans, and it'll be a lot cleaner. Now I want to show you how to remove it. Now removing these caps also have a con, because you're gonna have to realign them. Realigning means get the fitment like 100%. So make sure you don't lose these little screws. Now the previous owner seemed to also be missing some screws too, so that's unfortunate, but that's how it is. Now you can see the guts. Now this is where the HID bulb goes. So we just kind of pull it out, remove the dust cap. Now with LED bulbs, they are thicker, and their lengthwise is higher, so that could make it so you can't fit this dust boot, where we're gonna have to wait and see. For the NSX, you have this little spring clip, and here is the HID bulb. So let's just kind of wiggle it out. You see how insane it would be if you had to do this without removing the cover? It'd be nuts. Actually, I'm even struggling now. Let's disconnect these wires so I can fish the bulb out, hopefully. So here's the bulb. You're gonna have to actually reuse this tensioner clamp. So put that somewhere safe. So that's the ballast. You don't have to worry about that. That was from the HID kit. And now you want to pull up and then pull out. Ouch. Watch out, everything's super sharp. So yeah, the HIDs are pretty nice, but they're just too complex. You have all these wires hanging out this ballast. Now with an LED kit, you don't have anything going on. You just have this, and you plug it in. All right, so I I guess I read online that it's going to be the 9006 in the low beams, so there's that. And obviously you can't really fit this retainer thing there, so we're gonna have to see how it fits without the little screw thing. But when I plugged it in this way, LEDs are current directional. It actually didn't light up. I actually had to put it, you can either rewire it or you can just flip it backwards. The notch is going to be in the wrong way, but that's just how it's going to work. Already, not the best look. All right, so there's a little O-ring gasket you can pull up and you'll reveal the screw right here. Now we need to take this screw out. That way we can put this clamp in. There you go. So the whole thing pulls out. Little screw right there. And it's being annoying. Can I hunt for it? Oh. It's on there good. Put the ring in back in so it's nice and clean. Alright, so we have the LED bulb right here, the 9006, and we're going to the low beams. Let's just kind of squeeze it in there. Match all the tabs, and then once it's matched, we want to lock it in. You hear our snap, thing is in, and then you want to plug in the bulb. Now again, this one I have to do it upside down. I don't know. You can repin it. This one's already pretty loose. I don't know, old age, could be the car. You can take this pin and move it, but I'm just gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna see how this notch is supposed to be on the other end. It's weird bulbs, man. This is plus sign, but it's going to the ground, question mark. All right, and let's make sure it works. Dude, you see how like that one instant turns on, but you can see the HIDs are still warming up. Still warming up. Now the HIDs are a lot more blue, like a 6,000 Kelvin. The LEDs are more like a 5,000 K, which I actually prefer. Can you hear the fan? Nope, you can't hear the fan. You can try to get it from this angle. You guys can see the comparison from the front. I know the lid is not all the way in, but you can see the 5K versus the HID's 6K. It's a lot more blue on this one. All right, so for you to get a dust boot that fits an LED bulb, you're gonna have to 3D print one. I'll link something down below. Now we'll go to the high beams. You just pull it out too. You twist it to unlock. Get this bad boy out of there. And same thing with the other one. There's these little clips. So you pull, and there's the bulb. Now these are actually pretty bright, so pretty happy. Now you can kind of compare the 9005s, their tabbings. So these, yeah, they're 9005s for the high beams. They look identical. You see these little tabs. But just like the other one, we're gonna have to remove it so we can put this retaining clip on it. All right, just like the low beams, the high beams, I unscrewed it, put the retainer clip on. You want to lock it in, and then there's a very little clearance, but you want to pull out like this, like you're pulling your mouth open, and then you want to twist clockwise. until it locks in. Now it's not locked in yet. There you go. So now it's locked in. Let's see how it looks. Should instantly fire on. And then we got the high beams. You can see a comparison between stock. Now stock is actually pretty bright too, like lumen wise. But this looks more modern, and then it has a little bit more wider spread. You can kind of see the brightness right here, and you can kind of see the front too. If you want to check out the front, it's matching now. You got the dual projector look in the front. You have the halogen in the other side. So it's a little bit hard to see, but I love the instant on feature, and no more of these ridiculous wires for the HIDs. So it's gonna look a lot cleaner. I'm gonna do the other side, and we're gonna wrap it up. All right, everything is installed, so let me show you guys how it looks like. That instant on is gnarly. Shee. So there it is. Let me see if I can get the f-stop. I can get a beam pattern. Right now, honestly, it's very clean. I have the high beams on too, but you still get that nice cutoff. I know they look kind of greenish, but in real life they look blue. In real life they look more white.